GhettoRig episode 97. We live.
Damn, 97.
Hey, welcome back, guys. 97, huh? We got 3 more episodes. So, not next week, but week after that, we're gonna hit that Honda. What are we gonna do?
I don't know. That gives us a week and a half or so
Or something
period.
to think about, right?
Not only to think about, we gotta like prepare too, because we really should do
Oh
something.
boy,
cool.
I look terrible in this camera. I'm looking at myself with that belly sticking out like that. God damn, Jay,
You decided to wear the color of
fat
shades.
fuck.
You decided to wear the color of shades. What'd you expect?
Fat
Anytime you
fuck
wear,
needs
I
to
feel like
lose
gray
weight.
and white, man. If you're a bigger dude or a bigger woman, those are the colors to stay away from.
It's my fucking belly, bro. Cause my top part, is okay. It's just my belly. But I understand how fat works. It's
The other
whole
day
thing.
we were looking at an old pod, and it was one of the days that we did like a pod, I think after jiu-jitsu or something, and we were all like, damn, Jay looks slim. I think it was when you were still doing jiu-jitsu. It was before you started renovating the house again,
Yeah.
and you were looking good, man.
Nah, man. Yeah. But I think I've gained weight, man. I just need to lose. I'm thinking about 30 pounds. That's where I really need to lose 30
What
pounds.
was the lowest you were at?
175.
175.
Yeah.
Damn.
But at that time, I was pretty skinny. Like everything was
Yeah.
shrunk.
What are
You
you
know.
at right now after the cruise era? We're still
205,
we're
205,
still
210, 210,
clinging
205.
onto that shit hard.
Yeah, 205, 210. So I need to lose 30 pounds. So that will put me at 180, which I think is a good weight for me. 180. I don't know if I can go lower than that because I have those calipers and everything. And when I measure my body weight,
Oh, the little thing.
yeah, like my body weight, my muscle, bones, and organs and everything comes at 160 pounds. 160. So if you take 160 pounds, 20 pounds of that at 180 would be fat, right? So you take 20 divided by 160. What do we get there? 20 divided by 160.
No, at 180, the total percentage.
12.5% fat.
At 180, the total percentage, not dividing it across your other
Well,
part.
my clean body weight would be 160, right?
Yeah,
so
no.
what percentage of
Well,
your
clean, or
body
I thought
weight?
it was saying that was just your bones and organs and stuff.
That's bones, organs, and muscle.
And muscle. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
160. Okay.
160, yeah. So the whole weight without the fat is 160.
Ah, that's
So you take
12
20
so it
divided
says
160, that's 12 and a half
12.5% body fat.
body fat. That would be really, really good. But yeah,
You could do it though. Like if you do enough. What's going on? If you do enough cardio, I'm sure you could do.
well, see, the cardio is gonna burn through a lot of my muscle if I do additional cardio to already the cardio that I do when I'm rolling, right? And I don't really need to lift weights when I'm trying to lift somebody that's like 180, 200 pounds off of me. You know what I mean? So like,
I
That
don't know,
works.
because it's not constantly the same. Where
it's
it's like,
not. It's not.
for example, if you're doing like squats or something, right? Like you're doing, I don't know, at least like 12, 15 reps and like 3 sets or whatever, right? Like that's continuous on that muscle, which when we're rolling, yeah, you might like butterfly sweep somebody and kick them up with your quads or whatever, but that's like one time, right? And then
Yeah.
you're doing a different muscle and then a different muscle, which is good it's great for endurance. Like overall endurance, jiu-jitsu is amazing, but
My legs were tired because I'm finally starting to get back in a flow and getting my stamina back, where I was doing the half guard and I was finally able to lock in my legs in that half guard like I used to be able to, where people
Yeah.
are having a hard time getting out.
yeah.
Because it's like a vice grip before I start doing it 4 months ago, right? So it's starting to come back slowly. I just need to continue to do it. And I've noticed I started gaining more muscle in my traps and my shoulders are getting bigger, where my shirts are not fitting properly.
You know what
anymore.
I think is crazy? You know, a couple days ago or like a week, I told you like my knee's hurting again.
Yeah.
That same knee that was messed up. And I have a theory, and it's probably because I've stopped working out.
Yeah.
Like since the cruise and stuff, that first week or so, I stopped working out, and so my knee started hurting again from when I rolled that one time with Kevin.
Yeah.
I had a little pop, and yeah, like it's weird. Like I was like, damn, it's like a pain that was almost worse than when it first came. Like weird. Like when I do weird movements, it doesn't feel right, and yeah, I think it's just straight up because I stopped running. I stopped doing boxing outside and stuff like that. So this week I tried a little bit to do it. I did some today and a couple other times I've run this week, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta stay active, right? Because we don't do enough activity. That's for sure. Like when I say we don't do enough activity, we don't do enough physical activity. You know, and our bodies are designed to do physical activity.
Yeah.
Especially our guys' bodies are designed to do physical activity. And I think that's like one of the number one killers of anyone. I think you could live so much longer if you're constantly in a good physical shape,
Yeah.
where your muscles can support your body, because your heart works more consistent, and whatnot. But
Let's get Chad up here.
we'll see. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. 30 pounds, man. I need to lose that weight.
I think I need to lose probably like 40 is what it would be like if I'm good at. Right under 200 pounds would be good for me, I think.
You're taller. I mean, if you do put muscle on, then yeah. But if you don't put a lot of muscle, I think you can go down 50, even 60. If you're not putting that hella muscle, you know what I mean?
I'm looking in the wrong
Go to
fucking
live.
place. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know why I'm looking in the wrong
So it
place.
depends. It depends where you want to
No,
be.
you were good.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
It really depends where you want to be, because right now it's clocking me at about 19 to 20% body fat. Depends how much liquid I have in me, and if I
Yeah.
get on top of the weights, on top of the scale that measures the body fat percentage. But those are usually about 50% accurate. Like, one of the most accurate ways is to do the calipers, but that again depends if you're hydrated, dehydrated.
I've heard of like them weighing you like halfway through underwater and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
and
the
something
water
like
has
that.
to be at certain fucking exact temperature that's controlled at that temperature. Then they put you on a scale, they'll lower you, and then the fat percentage you have will push you back up, and that gives you the actual weight, what you weigh.
Okay.
But that's like, you jumping into cold water. That, like, I don't know of places that do that, right? Like, so
I never heard
so
of
the
anybody
best
actually
way
getting
is-
it done that I know.
yeah, the best way is to get those $5 to $7
I bet Ron would
calipers.
know.
Use the calipers, and then they're calculators. You just enter the number in there.
Yeah.
But you also have to, like, at least watch a YouTube video or two to see how they properly do it, because if you squeeze too much, it's not good. If you don't squeeze enough, because that, again, calipers have to be good. If the calipers are shit, like that spring tension is shit,
Yeah.
it's going to give you misreading, right? So, like, it all depends how much money you want to spend. Like, good calipers are like $300-400, but
Yeah.
neither one of us is a professional to worry about that shit.
To
So.
even know how to use it correctly, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, if we're like, this was our livelihood, then yeah, but it's not. So I think it gives you about a 70% reading to where's your
What's
body
up,
weight
Mama?
properly.
And
Yeah.
Aussie, what's up, guys?
By the way, guys, hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But then again,
Vitality.
Vitality. Cannot stop mentioning this to you guys, and we're gonna continue mentioning that. So there's that. But other than that,
Did you guys see
you wanna open the window?
the
You wanna open that window?
We can.
Biden called Xi Jinping a dictator?
He did.
Yeah, and then he had to apologize for it.
He
Yeah.
well, he's probably like he thought he was probably talking about the
AC turns on, it's gonna kick and it's gonna be loud.
yeah.
It's not really that.
He's
It's cold outside, anyways.
he's probably wanted to talk about the North Korean president, and instead he said Xi Jinping as a dictator.
I mean, nobody's really paying attention to that guy. To be fair,
North Korean guy.
and they should.
I mean,
They're the only ones that are like actively testing nuclear warheads. Or
yeah, he's
not
in
armed, but nuclear warheads.
he's in his own right. Is freaking crazy, right? But at the same time, I don't think North Korea has enough money to command that kind of like.
Of course not.
I mean, they have
But-
money.
but
Obviously,
any-
it's a country,
but
right?
any-
But the
But
people
any
that they
resources
trade
that
with.
they do get go towards that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the resources they get is whatever the country produces, because there's not a lot of countries that are willing to trade with them because of who they are, right? Maybe
He
several.
won with a 99.1% approval rating or something like that. Guess
Yo.
what happened to that other
0.99%.
Like in that movie Dictator, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
So Ozzy mentioned the Cybertruck. We actually saw it the other day. Me and Jay in the International Mall.
It looks cool as
afar.
shit.
It looks really cool. I thought it was a little bigger than it actually is. It's actually pretty close to the size of the Model X, I feel like.
They start coming out.
Height wise, yeah.
Height-wise?
Length wise, I don't know.
Length, definitely, I think a little longer,
Yeah.
but the height and
Height-wise,
the width
maybe a
as
little
well.
bit. No, I think it's a little more square, so it looks bigger. Cause
The
X
top
is a little-
did, but the
yeah.
actual size of the car, I feel like, isn't that much wider nor taller than the Model X. It looked really cool, though. The
Deliveries
rims...
for it start this weekend, right?
yeah, I think the deliveries for it started already or something like that. You're right. Like it's like within this week or so. I think Ozzy has one coming in. I wonder if they gave him a date on when they're having that.
Badass, man.
The wheels look like they literally belong on a space rover.
yeah, they do. It looks cool. To me, it looks cool. I think once you get it as a first person that's gonna have it, it's gonna look super cool on the roads. Like I can't wait to see one. You know, but I think it's gonna be a slow trickle in, like kind of like what happened to Model 3, and you know, because you would see here and there, and then it started trickling in, and now you can see it everywhere pretty much.
Yeah, so they start today.
Oh,
The
it's today?
deliveries.
Yeah, I mean
It says Thursday, yeah.
Thursday, but it might be next Thursday because it says the article came out today.
Okay.
Isn't it crazy? We've been looking at watches, and like the advertising comes up with watches.
Yeah,
Everything's
absolutely.
gonna be that, dude.
Yeah.
At
for
work,
sure.
I looked up lens one time.
Lens one time.
Everything that came up was lens.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cybertruck was super cool. I can't wait until Ozzy gets his so I can actually like inspect it from inside and
Yeah,
look into it.
I
and,
can't
like,
wait to see it up close.
Yeah, it'll be super cool.
I wonder how, like, I want to see exactly how it's going to compare to other trucks is my biggest thing, right? Like, is it going to be just as versatile as a normal pickup truck?
I would assume so. I mean, you're gonna have to charge it every night, but I would think
Mickey,
so.
look up the towing capacity on the Cybertruck.
December 1st. I'm so excited. So I guess it's taking delivery on December 1st? No way. Or December 1st, that's when they're gonna start delivering.
Isn't it? Do it.
No, they start delivering, I think, today.
They're saying December 1st.
11,000 pounds.
11,000 pounds towing capacity?
Yeah.
That's not very high compared to other pickup trucks.
Well, I mean, it's a F-150 is 11,000, isn't it?
Look
And
up
he
F-150.
owned F-150.
14,000.
14,000.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna tow just fine. You know what I mean? Like,
A ton and a half.
and I think the 11,000 number comes in like underrated just because it's new. Like they don't really know what it's gonna be able to do. I bet that truck is capable of 20,000. It's just they're underrating it.
I feel like it might be overrated.
11,000?
I think it might be overrated.
No, bro. They put a tug of war between the F-150
What's
and it, and you just smoked
towing
F-150.
capacity on that Model X? Does it have a towing capacity like set up?
Model X probably 6,000, 7,000, or maybe 8, 5,000. Yeah, I mean,
If you have the 22-inch turbine wheels, your maximum tow capacity is reduced to only 3,500.
yeah.
Oh wow. So if you got the big 22s, you can't tow as much.
Well, I mean, do you see anybody towing anything with a Model X really? at the
But
end
I'm
of the
just
day?
saying, like, if you want to have a versatile SUV or truck, I feel like you should be able to tow your boat or something like that. I don't know how.
I just don't see anybody towing a boat with a Model X, bro. I just
Why
don't-
not?
I
If it's their
don't
car
see
that
it.
they have, you think they have to get a whole nother truck now just to tow it?
I don't see. I don't think
I'm
people
just saying,
people
it would
like
look
that.
mad
don't even
funny
tow
if
it.
you're towing a fucking boat with a Model X.
No, the Model
Yeah.
X clearly not. But for example, like, what's the average weight of a? I don't know.
Oh
let's say
shit! He gets his
26
in
foot boat.
December. He said he gets
20
his in
foot?
December. Not
26
nice.
foot.
26-foot boat. Oof.
Between 3,000 to 5,000 pounds.
Yeah. So then there you go. So you can
3,700 pounds dry.
So then there you go. So even if it's 5,000 pounds, you can pull 2 of those boats. You know what I mean? So
That's wild.
throw in the weight of the what do you call it, the hitch, the tow, not the hitch, but the boat thingy that the boat sits on,
The trailer?
the trailer.
I think
So-
that's my uncle. Yeah. That's my uncle, Bolivar.
Que lo que?
So he gets his in December. Damn, so he gets his soon. I can't wait. You know, it's funny because I remember when that shit released and came out and like, oh, the pre-orders and this and that. And I remember hearing that he put in for the pre-order or whatever it was when it first came out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, you know, I
I mistyped 2 times.
Twice. I think you can delete them.
Can I?
You can.
yeah. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm kind of excited to see what Ozzy has to say. You know,
Yeah.
and then what he thinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't wait to see that thing in person, up and close, and like you said, like be able to examine it. So what do you guys think of this shit? So I saw the other day this random thing. It was basically a burglary going down. Third party guy pulls a gun, and instead of firing at the dude or like trying to actually intervene, he lets off shots like
Into the air. Dumb.
He is then arrested. It was a success. The burglary was stopped, whatever. But he was then arrested afterwards for like
discharging a weapon.
Discharging a weapon in public and also like public endangerment.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do then? You shoot the guy?
So, if there's a robbery going on, they value human life above everything. You shouldn't shoot somebody. There's a robbery going on. The only way you can shoot someone is when you can prove that your own life was in danger, like an immortal danger.
Right.
So if it's not that, you cannot shoot at anyone. So him shooting up in the air, like what goes up must come down. Unfortunately, whatever he did was dumb.
I remember seeing on that show, 1,000 Ways to Die, or whatever it was. You remember that shit?
I love that show.
Bro, it's so gruesome though.
Yeah, but I love that.
I remember seeing one on a guy walking out of his front yard on New Year's, and he got hit, and the bullet came down, and it came through his shoulder and went through him and killed him.
Yeah, so you're talking about you seen it on TV, right? We used to work valet. One of the kids was working downtown on a New Year's Eve. And then he goes, I feel like somebody just came in and just like smacked me on my back. I didn't think of anything about it until I get home. I see there's blood. I'll go to the hospital and they're like, yeah, bullet just landed into you.
What the fuck?
This is a real person that I knew in person.
What the fuck?
That got hit with the bullet that came down.
Oh, shit.
No, nobody was shooting downtown. They were shooting on the south side. And apparently bullet did travel that much with the trajectory and hit him in the back.
Shit.
Yeah. And the bullet was lodged in his body.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
And
that's legit
imagine
crazy.
the angle it hit him, that it didn't pierce through. It just went between the skin and the bones. Like it went in between.
Yeah.
He could have been dead.
Yeah.
If it hits your head, you're done so.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I saw in like 1,000 Ways to Die, it hit him in the shoulder right here.
Yeah.
And it went through his body. I don't know what it hit in his organs or whatever, but he died.
Well, for Thanksgiving, they had a video footage from Chicago. These boys are, I mean, it's clearly...
it's like a show now? It's like instead of fireworks, you just watch a shootout?
But it's clearly like they're in projects, because, I mean, you see the apartment complexes, they're all lined up in a fucking... in a playground, and they're just, like, they have the AKs, and they're, like, short AKs, and they're just letting off AKs, and they're not just regular bullets. They were doing the dragon fire bullets, where you can see the...
Tracers?
You know, no, it wasn't chaser. You could see the fires going off, like... Just huge fire going on. I don't know if they were just dirty. Yeah, I don't know if they were just dirty bullets or
probably dirty ass fucking nasty
cheap bullets.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Because bullets for those things are not cheap.
Have you seen the guy that tried to rob this place and then he was like, "Give me your money," and nobody gave him the money, and eventually just walked out?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That would suck as a
he
robber.
walks in. Yeah.
Dude, that's just humiliating.
I mean, because when someone does that, it's like you're literally faced with a decision. You're either gonna shoot me and take it off my dead corpse, or you're not getting nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I don't know, man. In that case, if you see a robbery going on, even if they're taking your fucking watch, they're taking your card, they're trying to take something from you, you just give it to them. You know, it's the best way.
That man got a gun to my face, and I'll go buck naked if he asks me. I'm not getting shot for nothing that I have on me. Yeah. Phone, wallet, keys.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Here, have it. None of that shit is worth.
Right,
none of that shit is worth your life or their life.
What if he tells you gotta jerk him off?
Nah.
My life is in danger. My life is in danger. Your motherfucking ass might have HIV. I'm shooting you. You could have a sexually transmitted disease that can kill me. You gonna die.
So at that point, you'll face the gun?
Yep.
You'll try as hard as you can to play the wanted game?
At that point, I'm going to try to do Matrix.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, no, like, you got to...
I ain't beating his dick off.
Nah. Fuck that.
Imagine the guy pulls up on you and says, like, you got to beat my dick and you got to make me come.
My life is in danger. I get shot by different bullets. Ain't happening. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing those gay games.
Moment he gives me a chance, I'm choking his bitch ass out.
I mean, I'm grabbing him by his balls and the dick and twisting that shit.
We all know what that's like. You can't do nothing. You just gotta...
You're going to drop that gun real quick.
Oh, shit. You look like that, you know that white little, like, stuffed animal when you keep those shit, it's all ugly as fuck and it sits on that stool?
Yeah.
The white one. You just like that.
Can you imagine, like, if some dumbass actually did that, you grab their balls? Like, it's game over.
Yeah, you're being too vulnerable. You're letting yourself become
Yeah, that's
too
gonna be
vulnerable.
like a crushed bowl salad at that point.
Yeah,
like,
Oh
you
my
know.
god. Wear a cup.
Yeah.
I was gonna beat you if you got a cup on.
So how am I gonna, you know?
We're
You
talking.
take off your cup.
But then you expose yourself, and that's when you.
But I mean,
Ha! What it is good for? Absolutely nothing. You playing a little bit of
That's
rush hour
it.
there.
Game
with
over. That cup comes off, and you expose yourself.
I'm talking about wearing cup before getting pleasure. Now, if you guys are talking about biting the dick off when you're giving,
No,
we're not blowing him.
No, what are you talking
You guys are
about?
just talking
You're
about
going
twisting it.
too far here, Miggy.
You guys are talking about just twisting it then.
Bro.
Yeah, you twist that dick.
Like the
think-
guy.
and you
Grab
think-
his dick and twist it.
Yeah,
If you grab some,
that's exactly
if
the
you-
thing I have in
if
my
you
head
think
right
you're
now.
gonna grab some guy's dick without getting a reaction like a punch or something, that's crazy.
Bro.
You think you're just gonna grab the guy's dick, twist it?
Bro,
and it's not
bro,
gonna do
bro.
I mean,
anything?
Eddie's
Buddy,
cousins
we're
do
gonna
that
go-
all the time. They'll come up and go poop when you least expect it.
But we're talking about a life and death
No,
situation
no, no.
here. We're not talking about just. fucking
Damn,
around.
Emily's mom is in here. Okay, perfect. So you grab a nutsack with those balls in there, bro. Ain't nobody moving. He tries to. The first twitch he goes to do to let off that punch is gonna hurt even more, and he's just there stuck.
Yeah. You're gonna drop that gun real quick. You're probably gonna get a bullet coming
could
out of that
move
gun
his-
because he dropped it.
He could move his pinky, and he'll feel it in his nuts.
Yeah.
Yo, Wadden.
What do you mean? You gave us a situation, bro. We had to do it.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Talking about burglary and stuff like this, little getting close to MMA related. Sean Strickland apparently
Oh, yeah, I
held
saw
some
that.
dude at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Apparently, this guy was at a bar doing some shenanigans.
He got
was,
in a fight with his girl.
yeah,
and
he
then
was
drove
running.
off.
Yeah, apparently he hit a chick. He was driving off from there, or no, I thought he
Hit
ran
cars.
off.
No, he drove away, hit cars. Like he hit a curb,
Right,
tore his
and
tire off,
yes,
drove on a
yes.
fucking rim, finally came out of the car and then wanted to hide in
Hide,
Sean
yeah.
Strickland's house. Just so happened to be his house. He comes out with a
Sean Strickland, that shit's hilarious. They played it to where it's like his doorbell cam showing when he walks out with the gun, just like full like Captain America mode, just walking out there, and then the front camera view in front of his garage, just holding the gun at the guy's face. That shit was hilarious because it's Sean, like after hearing Sean Strickland on Joe Rogan, he's the motherfucker that's ready to kill somebody. Literally, he talked about he wants to know that feeling. Oh shit, I can't see his fucking.
Te ignoran.
What are we ignoring?
Dice,
Says they're
cuando
ignoring
lo
the
hagan
normal.
el show en español, voy para allá a hablar.
Oh shit.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, Normita.
Let's see that. Let's see if that's true.
Sábado,
I doubt
sábado.
it. I doubt it.
Okay.
Oh, you see that? My uncle said that Ozzy ordered the Cybertruck for my dad. You see? Oh shit, we ruining surprises.
Oh shit. But yeah, so apparently there was this guy in Beverly Hills. I never knew about this. His name is Yossi something or another, and this guy is an entrepreneur, a pawnbroker. So he's Jewish descent, I think, that lives in the United States, that was in California. He no longer has the store, but apparently this guy became damn near a billionaire by being a pawnbroker, and
A pawnbroker?
yeah, he owns a pawn shop.
Ah, okay.
And he also hands out loans and stuff like that. And when
Okay,
people
gotcha,
and he
gotcha,
hands out like big loans. When he hands out big loans, people come in and like, I got these 5 watches. Like it would be
Right.
like Patek, Rolex, and whatever. It's like they'll give that as a loan, and then the guy cannot pay it, so now it's his.
Right.
And then he ends up selling them.
Yeah, that's his.
So he
collateral.
was selling like pavé Rolexes for like $150,000, like full pavé with all the
Yeah.
documents and everything, factory, for $150,000. So I
You
was
said
watching.
this guy's in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I try to do a little more research, try to find his store, maybe like sneak peek or Facebook. He's got a Facebook page. Last posts were from 2020. His Instagram page last posts were from 2020. And then I kept looking, and then finally I was like, well, let me pull up the Google Maps to kind of know what it's gonna be. And I pulled it up, and apparently his store is permanently closed. So apparently he went out of business during COVID, I guess. But
It's that
he
video you showed me, right?
Yeah.
So, I've seen that guy's videos before.
Yeah, he has
I
like
think-
crazy jewelry and watches.
I think he does like the jewelry and watches through probably appointment now. Is what usually those big shots usually do.
I don't know. He's a pawn shop, so he had
Yeah.
all kinds of shit.
Well,
there.
maybe that's how he started. Maybe now he's probably just doing like the big loans and then the watches.
Well, that's what he does. He still has small pieces that he buys. Like he would say, I'll buy like 1,000 pieces for $2 million. So he'll buy still things like that
Yeah.
for all the market. But on top of that, he has like these big pieces, like watches that go for 300,000, Richard Milles that go for 600,000,
Yeah.
and he'll sell them at half price. The reason he's doing that is like the reason I can do this is because I don't have that kind of cash laying around, and I constantly need to buy stock. So for me to do that, I have to sell this watch to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you don't return the loan to me, and I know you didn't return it today, I need to sell that watch yesterday.
Right.
You know what I mean, to recover his money back. So that's why he was selling these watches for extremely cheap. And apparently, none of the stuff he gets to keep. Like if you're there and he has it, you better fucking buy it because you're buying it at like a hella discount, right? So that was kind of cool to watch that for a bit. And but still, like those guys on 40 what street? 7th Street. Those are the funny guys.
They're hilarious.
They're much
more entertaining.
Yeah, much
that's
more
for sure. Then.
But hey, Miggy, pull up. We got some news articles there, right? From
Did
they're
you
a little
see
bit later. They're older articles, but
Did you see that high school walkout?
Mm-mm.
There was a high school somewhere that everyone walked out because this is apparently what's going on. The investigation hasn't been open, or at least when I saw the article, it wasn't. The reasons weren't made public just yet. But basically, what happened is a transgender female was participating on one of the sports teams, and when they found out, they basically reassigned the part of the staff that allowed this to happen. And so because they basically they were put on temporary leave and then set for reassignment. So like basically taken out of that school, and the whole school did like a walkout at noon because of this.
Well, the school was in support of that whole transgender thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what the younger people want nowadays, then that's what they want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, it's their life, right? Like, the future is theirs, right? So if that's what they want in the future, then, Yeah, so I thought this was kind of crazy. Like, the Earth's most expensive substance costs an unbelievable $62 trillion per gram.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, read that a little bit, Miggy. You can see it better than us.
When it comes to earthly riches, most people envision dazzling diamonds, molten gold veins, and rare earth minerals. Yet beyond this tangible treasure trove of substance, far more esoteric and infinitely more expensive lies hidden in the sanctums of cutting-edge physics, antimatter.
Mm-hmm.
With its jaw-dropping valuation at approximately $62.5 trillion per gram, this substance demands the world's attention, not for its beauty, but for its astonishing properties and the potential it harbors.
So, go back up. See the little thing that they have? So, that's a vacuum chamber, right? And the only way they can create antimatter, if the chamber is completely vacuumed out, there's no dust, there's nothing in it. It's completely clean, right? And they create the antimatter. That's the antimatter, that little blob. And it just kind of sits there within a vacuum. And you can see it's a frozen area where there's like no dust, nothing. Because if it comes into contact with matter, it would literally it's almost like a nuclear explosion.
Shit.
Yeah, so to produce this, it takes hella money, and those are all magnets and vacuum, right? So the reason it costs so much is because the amount of technology that's involved, the amount of money you need to invest to even create a gram of this thing.
$62 trillion per gram.
Yeah, it's super expensive. That little bit is nowhere near being a gram. It's just so bright because of its properties, right? And they're talking about if they're able to.
Is this what the government save up money for? You know how regular people are just like, I'll save some money for a car. Governments are saving up for this shit.
Well, no. So the only way I can explain this is how some people are richer, they got a little more money, right? They got their money invested into, let's say, stocks and bonds safely, and then they have a separate account, what's called the play money, right? Except our government's play money is fucking create antimatter with trillions of dollars. Right, that's their play money. Because at the end of the day, they're talking about if they can contain antimatter, right, and put it somehow on a spaceship or any kind of a plane. And then when they mix a little bit, release a little bit of it, and it mixes with matter, because the minute you release it, it's going to mix with the matter. So if it mixes with the matter in a contained form, that can propel planes at fucking speeds of light, basically.
At speeds of light.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
That's yet to be tested.
There's no way.
That's
we're
the
gonna hit
theory
speed of light.
behind it, right? That's the theory behind it. Like, it's not going to hit speed of light, but at the end of the day, that's the theory, that it can actually, like, you know, when the space exploration was a big thing, that's what they were thinking to do. But now, like, I don't even know what kind of plane you would need to produce, create an environment where your organs are not going to fucking just squeeze themselves from the amount of pressure and speed that you're traveling with those G-forces,
We've
right?
looked this up before, but let's do it again. Speed of light in kilometers per second.
That's a lot. It's a lot. It's like 800,000 or something like that. It's something ridiculous.
So in miles per second, it's 186,282 miles per second. Actually, there's this cool video. Let me see if I
It's
can find
almost 400,000 kilometers per second.
Yep.
Almost 400,000 kilometers per second. That per second.
Yep, 186,000 miles per second.
From here to Japan, do that. Do that number. From here to Japan, what's the distance from here to Japan?
What is it again?
Florida, do Tampa to Japan distance. 7,269 miles. Now, if you take that 136,000 and divide by 7,263, you probably can go, multiply that by 2. Divide that. You got it?
You can go back to Japan and back and forth between Japan 25 times.
No, 14 times. Because you got to divide that by 2. Because you're going to go back 7,000.
Oh, well, there, then back each
yeah.
one,
So
one,
14
one,
times.
one.
You can go 14 times to Japan and back. Like the speed of light is, you can go between Florida and Japan 14 times in 1 second.
12.4.
In 1 second.
Now, if you really think about it,
13 and
you
13.3.
can't really use that type of technology on humans per se, but it would be cool as fuck to use on like delivery systems. Imagine you could just order something from, again, like Japan or Thailand or whatever the fuck, and just get it right there.
Yeah, well, that's you basically talking about teleportation device. So I think if they came out with a teleportation device,
That
it'd be
is the
probably more
teleportation.
viable than this shit.
That is the teleportation device. What are you talking about?
Yeah, at speed of light, teleporting at speed of light.
It's fucking teleportation right there.
But here's the problem they're gonna run into. Nothing can travel
To
at those
us.
speeds without
To
fucking
us.
melting.
To us, that's going to be considered teleportation because we're not even going to be.
Yeah,
able to see that.
but the thing about that is,
It don't matter if you have a 120 hertz refresh rate fucking monitor.
well, with the teleportation device, what they're saying is your atoms get teleported from one area to another area, right? That's the teleportation
But what
device.
I'm saying
Like you're
is-
disassembled and then reassembled,
Right.
But what
right?
I'm
That's the
saying is
teleportation
we're really
device.
gonna need some fucking crazy technology.
What if they
to
did it?
find out that we're not teleporting shit? Because to us, if we use that type of technology, to us, to the human eye, that's gonna look like teleportation.
Yeah, but
What if we Neuralink clones
Neuralink clones?
and you could teleport in that sense? Where you have like clones in certain part of the world
Yeah,
and you could kind of just
Oh, you can
automatically
just
like
go
be
into
there. Yeah.
that'd be
Your
cool.
conscious,
Like you-
different
oh,
consciousness.
Yeah.
Bro, that would be so cool if there was a clone company. Hey, I'm TMing this bitch right now on a fucking.
TMing this bitch. Yeah, okay.
I'm TMing this
Okay.
bitch right now on a stream, all of you. Can you imagine you have a clone company that can rent you a clone? You don't even need to own the clone. They just rent you the clone.
Yes. That's what my original thought was. Where you don't even. It's not even you anymore. But you can still go there. and
Yeah,
do
you just
stuff.
rent a clone and then just like they plug you into it. And you get all the senses and feelings and all that.
Oh, that's like some VR type shit.
Yeah, like if you want to, like if you want,
In my head, I was thinking, you know what's cheaper? Just put them in a simulation.
you know what I
Don't
would,
even actually take them there.
you know what I would do? I'd probably have like a girlfriend in every like continent.
Oh my God, Jay.
I would. Why not? How would they know about it? They wouldn't know
How
about
are
it.
they gonna know?
How would they know?
Jay, you know there is something that you could definitely try out. It's called VR chat.
VR
I'm
chat.
sure you can get plenty of girlfriends there.
I don't want virtual girlfriends. That's dumb.
That's kind of what we're.
Why are you making fun of my boy Joaquin Phoenix and her?
Huh?
You never watched that movie? I never watched it either. I just know about it. It's Joaquin Phoenix. That I think it's called Her, where he falls in love with like a
Virtual
like an AI,
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb.
No, not for you.
Nah.
What if you can like, actually?
'Cause
Go
I want-
wait. What if you can go into a simulation and actually like be with her?
Go into a simulation, be
Sounds
with
some
her. Like
Sword
if you
Art
have
type
all the
shit.
senses and everything,
Yeah.
it still will feel fake. It's like sleeping with a
What
prostitute,
if
bro.
it
It feels
didn't?
fake.
What if it did? What if you didn't even know the difference? What if they just? What if girls that were AIs just came in and you didn't even know?
Well,
It's
yeah.
like you go to marry her and you have kids with her, and when you see that birth certificate and it's just like AQY 24. You're
Beep,
like,
beep,
bitch.
boop, bop. Beep, beep, boop, bop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a different story, right? Like if you don't know, like if what you don't know is not gonna hurt you, right?
Right.
In that case, yeah, then you don't know. But the minute you find out, like your life would be like a fucking complete sham. It would be
What
complete
if?
sham.
I mean, but then see that's the
you
whole
haven't
thing, right?
like you're smashing
You
a Terminator, bitch. No, come on, man.
No, we're not that. Not really ideal body, but okay.
Metal cling, cling,
Yeah.
cling, cling, cling.
No,
cling,
not
cling.
Terminator, bitch, bro. But
You gotta hit it with a fucking metal pipe. Cling, 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 cling.
have you seen the new Blade Runner?
Yeah.
That chick, the Anna Armas chick?
No, I'm not.
And you were
doing
in the actual simulation. You didn't even know, bro. You wouldn't even know the difference.
I guess, yeah. In that case, you wouldn't know. Who says that we're not in a simulation right now, and I'm the fucking clone? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Somebody.
we all are.
Well, you done fucked up, bro. You better pick somebody that was richer than me. What the fuck? Whoever you are there controlling me, dumbass.
Oh, so now you want a girl that's rich?
No, I'm saying the person that controlling me better pick somebody that was a little bit richer and taller and got like money and shit.
Then
and
you would
status.
just get someone else to puppet you. You would still be you. You wouldn't know the difference. Your
What do you
character
mean?
would still exist.
What do you mean?
Your character would still exist.
In which way?
Because even if he switches to a new character, it's not like you're gonna be that.
No. What I'm saying is like they buy this character from like kind of like think of a Tamagotchi. Like I'm their fucking Tamagotchi, and they're like, why did you put?
Jay's mad. His character,
Yeah.
his guy's now purchasing shark cards.
Yeah, like he purchased the fucking Tamagotchi at the flea market. That's what he did.
You know what shark cards are?
No.
You never played the new Grand Theft Auto? Well, even if you play it, you don't really have to know what shark cards are. But shark cards are the what they call the things that they sell you in game for you to buy in game currency. So like if you want to buy like $20, they'll give you like $1 million in game, whatever, and they call them like shark cards, and they have like platinum, gold, whatever, like acting like it's like a credit card that you're buying.
Yeah, so like this motherfucker went and purchased a Tamagotchi that's not fucking rich. So I don't know what it can take.
Talking about the TRX.
Yeah, I think he wants to get rid of the TRX. I think like the gas is on it insane. Like it's 7 miles per gallon.
God damn.
And then that's if you're not stepping on it. If you're stepping on it, it's even more. Like it's a gas guzzler. All right, so what was Cuban's one was?
I don't know. It just says Mark Cuban reveals the one thing you need to have, and it isn't work ethic. Plus his very surprising answer on paying taxes.
Go down. Oh well, do we have to watch the whole fucking episode? I thought I read about it a little bit more. No, go back up. I think that's his advice right there.
Do billionaires create jobs? Billionaire Mark Cuban says no. Entrepreneurs create jobs. The Shark Tank investor said on a recent episode of Wired Mogul Support. He spin on the magazine show Tech Report. Put simply, a wealthy person isn't necessarily a job creator, and a job-creating entrepreneur isn't necessarily wealthy. The reality is, in order to become a billionaire, the one thing you have to have is luck. Cuban said, any billionaire who tells you they can just do it again? No, you have to be lucky. That includes some who may have won the ultimate lottery. Maybe you have a rich parent, he quipped.
Yeah, so there you go. So luck, right? Like, which I agree with that. I think luck is like preparation meets opportunity. You know, like you kind of have to know. Like
But the thing is, you can't just have luck and expect for something to happen. You still have to do something in order for anything to happen.
let me tell you this. How many red cars did you see today?
How many red cards?
Yeah, red cars when you were exactly. What if I told you I'll give you $50 per every red car you see? Would you start counting them?
Nick, what? I'd start fucking seeing them from 3 miles away.
Well, that's my point. So my point is like, if you know that I'm gonna give you $50 per each red card, and like translate that, if you like prepared for something, right? And then when the opportunity comes, red card comes in, you're prepared for it, and you count it just like you're prepared for it, and then you're doing it. You start like so. It's all about like you knowing something, right?
That's a
like
good analogy, Jay. I like that.
yeah.
That's cool.
So
I
like if you look for it, if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it. But first, you need to know what to look and where to look for it.
This is why I think like when people talk about yeah, I'm gonna hate on a lot of people here, but it's alright. When people talk about like praying and like or like actually believe in like we talked about the manifesting thing and how it can work if you believe it because of this and that, but in reality the actual idea of you actually thinking this into reality is kind of a sham, right? I think that the whole thing is the same thing there. It's like you're thinking about it, you're looking for it. We're also like I forgot who it was. It was like not Neil deGrasse Tyson, it was somebody was kind of saying like we're humans, we're very smart in the sense of like predicting probability of this or probability of that.
Yeah, we are.
So like we're not gonna hope, and we're more than likely are not gonna hope in something that's like out of this world that could never happen. We're gonna hope for something that is a probability that it would. And so it's kind of just like the coin was on your side that time in a sense, right? And so how many times is it not? You know, you don't count all those times, do you?
No.
But like you can remember the times it was, and that those were your luck, or those were the times God did you your favor, or this or that. You know what I mean?
Well, now with praying, the people that go blindly pray and then hope something is gonna fucking change. That's I don't understand that, right? Like I mean, if it's giving you hope and like peace and all of that stuff, go ahead and do your thing, you know.
Like for example,
but like
you have a wedding day
expecting
coming
that
up.
it's gonna happen.
You're about to get married, and you know it's outside, and you're like, oh my God, I pray it's not no rain, and then no rain happens, and you're like, oh, it's because I was praying.
Yeah, no, it's just because it's a chance, bro. You had a 20% chance of rain, and that was 80% that worked in your favor. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's because of that. You know, it's just I think it's just luck. Yeah, luck. I agree with him. Yeah, you need to have luck. You need to have a little bit of luck, like no matter what. But then luck might be on every fucking corner. If you don't know what you're looking for, then how are you gonna, you know, capitalize on luck?
Right.
It's like we have a little anecdote, like it's like a funny joke anecdote. This guy always goes around like, God, please let me win the lottery. God, please let me win the lottery for years, right? And then finally God gets pissed off, smacks him over the head. He goes, dumbass, at least buy the fucking ticket so I can let you win the lottery, right? So if you're not buying the ticket, how the fuck you gonna win the lottery?
The guy, I saw this one where the guy was on the same similar analogy. He was saying, so you're on a stranded island. The guy's on a stranded island and praying, you know, God, please come save me, and blah blah. And he sends ships, like ships would come by, and like he's telling, no, God's gonna come save me.
Yeah.
A plane would come by, and everything would come by, and like, come on, man, like let's go. No, God's gonna save me. He finally dies, and when he goes up to heaven, God finally says to him, or he says to God, oh, you're real. I'm here in heaven. Why didn't you save me? He goes, bro, I sent you boats. I sent you planes. I sent you the whole army. You didn't fucking go. I sent you everything.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think it's, you know, today I was actually talking to my teacher from Colombia, and we're having a conversation. He's like, oh, I'm going to sell everything, you know, and she was actually on a stream with us.
Valentina,
she's like,
right?
Valentina, yeah. She's going to sell everything and then buy something that I like and this and that. I was like, well, you're planning to go to France. Why would you need that, right?
Yeah.
And then conversation went over to United States. And I'm like, well, in United States, things are a little bit different. Like here, when you buy a house, it says it's a 3-bed, 2-bath house, right? Which means you have 3 bedrooms. But in Lithuania, for example, if you bought a house, if it said 3 bedrooms, that means this entire house only has 3 spaces that look like bedrooms. Like, so whether it's your like area where you entertain your guests, that's considered a bedroom as well.
Okay.
So technically, if you take your own house, like it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, like you have an area.
Let me. Did I hear that right? You said that in Lithuania you have the bedroom that's also the place where you entertain people.
No, it's not a bedroom.
But that's how they count it when they're
That's how they
saying,
count
like,
how many rooms the place has.
Oh.
So this will make sense if I explain it. So if you walk in Eddie's house, you walk in, first you have that front area, right? Which is like the welcome area. That would be considered as a bedroom in Lithuania. And then you go past the kitchen, and there's that other area where everybody kind of chills, entertains them.
That would be another bedroom.
That would be another bedroom.
And the dining room as well?
Well, the dining room would go along with that area as one bedroom. Okay. Like, let's say he had a Florida room, like all that was encompassed, and you had AC in there. Yeah. That would be considered another room. So now your house becomes. Imagine
like how badass that area would be.
Yeah.
Closed in.
Yeah.
with
Now,
AC.
now that's considered like now you have what 1, 2, 5, and then let's say you enclose that. That's 6 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
Technically, according to county. Now, when you have all that, right, you have to somehow furnish that area. You can't just have it fucking empty.
Yeah.
So you buy a bunch of shit that nobody really ever really uses it, and they're just kind of there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we're talking about how Americans have a lot of shit in their houses. I'm like, well, yeah, they have a lot of shit in our houses because our houses, number one, are big, and number two, like you're not gonna leave that empty space. You know, it's not gonna be like a museum. You're walking around and just looking at pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at least you need a bench to sit down and look at the damn pictures, right? So that's why we have just so much shit. Like, and you can't just buy furniture and then say it's okay, and then you gotta buy a vase, a fucking plant, or something else. Now you got all this fucking plethora of shit that's in your house that you don't use, there's no really use for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I ever had a house and if it did not depend on like me entertaining guests and having them comfortable, bro, having an old lawn chair and a TV on the floor and a bed on the floor would be plenty enough for me. Like I would not need anything else
You're
than
fucking
that.
lying, bro.
I wouldn't.
We gotta say, I wouldn't be right with that.
What do you mean? A lawn chair and a
told him-
TV?
Just a
I
lawn
told
chair
him this
TV,
the other day.
fuck that.
I told him this the other day.
Nah, no, you wouldn't.
A comfortable chair? A
No.
comfortable chair?
It's-
Oh, now
bro,
it's a comfortable chair.
Well, yeah, it has to be a comfortable chair because it's the only
You
thing
said
you
lawn
got.
chair, bitch.
A lawn chair that's comfortable. Some of those lawn chairs are fucking comfortable. Don't you lie.
I'd
Come
love to
on.
have a girl in the room right now to ask you how they would feel if they came over to your crib and all you had was a lawn chair and a fucking
Well,
TV.
that was my initial thing. If you didn't have to entertain everyone, like now because you have to
But-
entertain people, you want to give a little
What
more
would you-
comfort. Most of the
James
shit
acted
is,
like he wouldn't roast his friend
crazy,
if he
dude.
walked into his apartment and all there was a TV and a lawn chair. and
I
a
would
little-
roast him. It's like, why the fuck did you invite me if you don't even have a chair for me to sit down in when I have to like fucking stand around and we have
You
to
see?
share your lawn
You
chair
see?
every 30 minutes? You know, like that's the whole idea. If you don't have to entertain anyone, like if you don't have to, and you got one of those AI robots, that guy that goes in the closet and then comes out and does your things and then goes back in the closet. Like, what else do you need? Nothing.
Imagine
Nothing.
All you have is a TV, comfortable lawn chair, and a Siri or a fucking Alexa to talk to.
Honestly, the definition of my garage is exactly what you're talking about.
So think about it this way. We're a little bit, in a sense, we're American, all of us, but we entertain people a little differently. We get together in each other's houses. We have fun and party. But a lot of my American friends don't do that. They meet at restaurants, they meet at the bars. They don't really like hang out at homes that much as we do. Like they do hang out, but you can count how many times they hang out at a home in one hand versus us. You can count how many times we actually go out on one hand.
You ready for this?
Huh.
A lot of Americans, and not only Americans, I know just people like this, they're not so open to opening up their homes to people.
Yeah.
So the problem is, it's not that, oh, like we're all gonna go to a restaurant because we don't want to go to no one's house. Is that no one wants all these people at their house?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But there was a point in time when there was a big like community.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people thought about the community and they would like chill together and they would go to each other's houses and have dinner.
Yes. But you also have to think about who came to United States. People that came to United States, like very first ones that came, like the Protestants that came to United States, they were the ones that were like running away from something, or they left half of their family and they came over, or they came in only with their family and they didn't know anyone. So they kind of leave their tribe behind and they come to this new promised land and they create a home here, right? Like you do have family members, and like when do they go to each other's houses? During Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter, right? Other than that, and majority of the times, like Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas is one of the largest days for restaurants in the United States. Where back home, that wasn't the case. Well, the restaurants would close early because nobody would go there, let's say on New Year's Eve or Christmas, because everybody was in each other's houses, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we have kind of kept that tradition within ourselves, but that's because we're raised just a bit different, right? Like we still stick with our
I don't
tribe.
ever see us going out on like Christmas to like a place like to eat there. No.
Yeah, why?
always eat
Because you're
home.
more comfortable in your own house, and no matter how you think about it, no matter how good the restaurant is,
Yeah.
you know. So, in that sense, so let's say if you like true American upbringing and you don't care to bring anybody to your house, like a chair and a TV would be plenty enough. Like you wouldn't need anything else. You literally wouldn't need anything else. And push comes to shove, you work on your with a computer on your lap in front of the TV. Like you wouldn't even need to move.
I need my whole PC set up.
Well, yeah, you could have your PC set up just as much on the floor. You know what I mean?
On the floor?
Yeah, because majority of stuff, like the only thing
I
you
need
would
a
need.
desk. What do you mean?
Why? Think about it.
Why?
Why? Like, think about it. You have your
This
PC.
is how you're gonna work?
No. Look, you have your PC connected to your badass TV monitor, right? That's big monitor in front of you. You got your mouse, because, you know, some of those lawn chairs come with a little foldable. You got the lawn chair.
I
and
play
you
on
got
a low sensitivity, Jay. It's not enough space.
And then you got your fucking keyboard on your lap. That's it. Done.
No, not working.
Done, bro.
Not
I
working.
promise you, you play the games now, and it's gonna get. I'm not saying you're gonna stop playing games, but you're gonna continue playing games once in a while, and then it's gonna the times between you playing games is gonna get larger and larger and larger, but you're still gonna continue playing games. I'm telling you, bro. When you have kids, you ain't gonna play no damn games.
I will. They gonna play games with me. And
Yeah,
if not,
right.
they can go to fucking sleep.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is a lawn chair with a little mouse pad and like your keyboard in front of you and big ass screen in front of you would be plenty enough for you to do whatever you want.
Nah.
It would be.
I
I'm
need
telling
my
you.
setup. I need my stream deck. I need my.
Like,
I have
just
I
being
need my
bougie
head.
as
My
fuck.
bro. You see my
Fine,
setup.
I'll give you a desk. Fine,
you see my
have a
setup.
desk.
You see the amount of shit that's on my
All right,
desk.
fine, have a
That's
desk.
part of the setup.
Okay, so you got a desk, a lawn chair, and a TV. That's it. What else do you need? Nothing. You got the commode is there. You got your shower is there. You got your fucking sink is
I
there.
need a good
Stove is
couch,
there.
bro.
Huh?
I need a good couch.
I will say that over the past couple months, I've been playing a lot less video games and doing a lot more things that I really want to get done. Working out is like big thing now, so I do a lot more of that. This past week, I barely played any video games.
I mean, I haven't actually played a video
Now,
game
I
in
can't
probably
say-
over
I can't
weeks.
say
I don't
I'll
play. I
ever
get on there and
stop.
talk.
I can't say I'll ever stop playing video games. I don't think I'll ever play a video game where I just don't have a setup. I gotta have the setup.
Well, no, I get that, but that's how I thought as well until maybe about to like 35, when the life starts boiling and you start becoming busier. Like when I started traveling with my company, what the fuck was I gonna do? Take video games with me? Take my Xbox with me to play fucking Call of Duty?
My
No, and it
Switch.
just kind of stayed behind. And then after a while, I came back and I tried playing again, and I was like, yeah, I played it for a little bit, and then it's kind of like, it's not the same anymore. So I just kind of stopped. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know. I think there's something about getting on
Were
and playing
video
with the boys.
Were video games big for you as a kid?
Yeah, bro, huge.
Like, were you very?
Yeah, we would get those Chinese Ataris, bro, like that came in with a cartridge with 75, 90 games, and
Do
you would play all of those Sega games.
Do you feel like you are competitive when you play video games?
Well, I think majority of the dudes are pretty fucking competitive when
Do
they
you feel
play
bad?
anything.
Do you feel bad when somebody else beats you?
Well, duh. I get pissed off.
Okay. Do you not want to get like better than the person?
Well, you do want to get better than a person, but then life happens. Like, you don't have the time just to like spend hours and hours and hours to get better at something, because no matter what you do, you got to spend hours to get better at it.
about us that like to play video games. Then, when we get beat or we're playing something that we really, really, really enjoy, and somebody beats us, I feel like I need to get better than this person at this video game.
Yeah, but then
And it doesn't matter if I have to put in or take. I will take some time to get better at this.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. That's when the life happens, right? Like, you start getting a job when you're doing really well, and the next thing you know, a coworker gets a promotion, you don't. They get a raise, you don't. You're like, what the fuck? Why is he getting a promotion? I don't. Now you start working harder to get that promotion. So that
So
video
you
game,
you have
that
to take
translates
time
into
for-
real
you have to
life.
take time from the video games to apply to life,
to your
get
to your
whatever
life to
other
get
goal
where you
have
need to get. Yeah, because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, unless I'm playing competitively video games, which would be, you know how some people are just natural. Like, if you're natural at good at playing video games, and all you need is
From what I've seen, no one is naturally good at video games.
well then that's it. Like, you spend enough
but
time.
you definitely have advantages.
You have the
Some people have better feel for a game than other people.
Well, yeah, if you like a certain style game, yeah.
because I can tell you, I've played Call of Duty back in the days a lot. I fucking suck at it. I am shit at it. I'm really, really bad at Call of Duty. But there would be kids that were playing it for a month and they would just mop the floor with me. You know what I mean? And that's because they're just naturally better than me at playing video games. So if you get to that point where you bring in a little bit of naturally better at it, than most, and then you put a little bit of exercise in it, and now you become even better. Now you can competitively play and make money off of it. That's a different story. But if I'm just playing to play the game and I'm not making money and I'm just wasting my time, I don't know, man. I'm like, might as well just apply the same competitiveness in whatever the fuck I'm doing. You know, like becoming better. Like whether it's laying tile, how fast I can lay this tile and have it perfect. You know what I mean? Like, so I can move on to another job, make more money. Okay, great. Now that I'm doing this, okay, so I'm doing this. I know how else I can make more money. Okay, well, why don't I hire another person, teach him how to do it fast? Now he's gonna help me. Now we can cover more territory. You know, like and just the competitive, the edge never really stops. Like you're always gonna be competitive no matter what. It's just it switches from video games or games in general to life.
I don't know. For me, video games not only have they been a big part of my life because I don't know what it is about video games that they've always attracted me. It's like so cool that you could have all this shit happen on a screen and not be in real life, and just be able to like get into this world.
But see, I would want to be in there. Like I would want to participate in that.
Games have become so good that over the years, I still love video games because they just become better and better and better and better over the years.
So there was this thing, I think the game was called Spartan that they wanted to release it, right? Spartan or something like that. So you basically, it would be in a VR and you would be like the Spartan. Like you would put the VR on and you would physically have to go like swing your sword and then kick and things like that, duck and do all this shit. Like that would, video game, like if they came out with a video game like that right now, I'd be all about it.
So there's a game called Rise that was released a very long time ago on the Xbox 360, and it was about that. It was about Rome. It was like a Rome war, and you basically just killed everybody.
Yeah,
but video games allow you to do that nowadays, right? So you can swing something, you can grab something, you can talk to somebody. There's games that give you
but
that possibility.
What I'm saying is like you're
He's
not pushing a button,
VR
you're
thing.
physically swinging your hand, pretending you got a sword in your hand.
But
And
there comes a point to where you have limits. Like, you can only swing that damn sword for so long.
well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the game,
But
right?
again, that just comes to what you want out of a video game.
Well, that's what I was gonna go into, because right now they have the game where they strap you into this like circle, and the floor is like very slippery. I don't know what it is, and you have a gun in your hand, and you can just like you run, you duck, you do all those things, and you shoot. Right? That looks cool, but to me that's like, yeah, that's fine. But then somebody from a mile away can snipe you, and you're done, right? But like if you're doing the whole like the Spartan thing where you got a sword and a fucking shield and you're just going at it, bro, and just like fucking people up close quarters.
I much prefer the thing you're talking about, like that. I seen that video you're talking about where like it's like that dome floor kind of area they put you in. They strap you up.
Yeah,
and shit.
they strap you up. And I've done those, like I've done those VRs in like the game, like those game rooms or whatever they have.
Yeah.
They have those VR games where you can go and you do pew 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 and you do all that.
I never
it still
put
looks
them
like cartoony. It's cartoony, but it's kind of cool. But it's not the same where you're like fucking just like you have to walk and do all those things, you know.
The
but
new
the
VR headset looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people using it where they kind of just, because the new one has like augmented reality built in, to where it has all the cameras where you can put it on that mode. Where
well, you put that on, right? Oh no, it wasn't with you. It was myself, your sister, and my brother. We went to Best Buy and they had it there. Art was like, try it out, man. It looks really cool. He put it on his head. He goes, you can see what's going on in front of you, but then it projects.
So I've seen a lot of people, they basically put it on the augmented reality mode, and then they have like a screen that they pull around with them that's like YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
So they do their daily stuff, and like they have YouTube there on the side.
Yeah.
That's silly. I don't like that.
I mean it makes sense. It's either like if they came out with a little device, they can just hang you this on the neck and it's in front of you, it's out of the way where you can continue doing what you're doing.
Basically.
You know?
And you could bring around with you constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'll get a pair when they're a set of glasses.
Yeah.
When the technology's that good, where it's just like a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
But judging by my Ray-Bans, the ones I have, I take pictures with it.
It'll take a while.
Bruh, it's going to take a hell of a while because those batteries don't last. And then another thing is having all that fucking magnetic fields so close to your brain, bro.
Ah, fuck it.
I don't know, man.
Fuck
if that's
it,
like
bro.
if that's gonna cook your brain, like give you cancer or some shit.
Oh my god, cook your brain. What do you screw one of these conspiracy?
No,
guys?
I'm not. But like I'm just thinking about it. Like all those waves, all those rays cannot be good for you. Like constantly emitting.
I'd be lying to you if I'm not thinking about that at night right before I go to bed, and I put my phone right next to me with some podcast
Oh,
or some shit on.
Yeah, my shit's like away.
I put it at least like a pillow distance away and leave it there because I don't want to sleep like right next.
You
to
know
it
what I
under
saw
me.
the other day? The guy took the iPhone charger and just plugged it into the wall, and then plugged his phone into the charger. And he was getting like that little thing they use to test outlets. You know what I'm talking about? He put it next to the phone and it was going off. And like he had like an arm's length away and it was still going off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't charge my phone overnight. I usually charge it during the day.
Yeah.
Because I'm working in the day, so it's perfect. I can just plug it in by the computer, and just leave it there. But at night I don't mess with it. So
it's funny. I started that habit of not charging my phone during at night when I got this phone at first, and when I started working at Best Buy, I didn't have the option to no longer charge my phone in the morning and like have enough charge to make it through the day. And then like afterwards, because at Best Buy I was using my phone so often for like looking up stuff or whatever, so I was forced to start charging it overnight, and instantly my battery got horrible.
Shit, bro. And another thing is like, if you're honestly not like, if you're not a power user of your phone, like you're really constantly on your phone using it for work or whatever, like even if he doesn't have a lot of battery, let's say he has 20%, right? Like you plug it in a little bit in your car, whatever you're driving, you get out, it's 30%. You did your thing, whatever, get back in the car, you plug it in again. It's like trickle charge throughout the day is plenty enough to keep your phone fucking going.
I think everyone just needs a goddamn portable charger.
Or that, or just have a portable charger, but then you have another fucking thing to worry. That's the thing I don't mind. I'll plug that shit in another room and just have it charging, like, for hours, and then I'll come back to it.
Buy a fanny pack.
Yeah.
You can carry everything. Or immerse. There's no hate in immerse.
Yeah. But I don't know, man.
Whoa, that's a new term.
Immerse, yeah.
You never heard that? Like a man purse?
I've
Immerse?
man purse, but not immerse.
What's the short for man purse?
I'm making
Immerse.
it a little bit susser every year.
You want to make it even cooler? European male carry-all.
Carry-all?
I mean, just call it for what it is.
You
the
know
shoulder
what's a
bag.
word that confuses me?
Huh?
So, vaginal.
Why?
I didn't know until the other day that you said vaginal. I used to say vaginal.
Vaginal.
Yeah.
Vaginal, yeah.
And I found out
Vaginal.
because I was telling some guys at work about a news story that came out of this woman who got caught with vaginal tightening syringes at the airport.
Oh, yeah. I saw that too.
What the fuck are vaginal tightening syringes?
I don't know, but that shit sounds fire. That's like Viagra for women.
I don't know what it was. She was hiding those syringes inside her, bro.
Oh,
like 7 or 8 of them.
She was hiding them in her prison wallet.
Yes. And she got caught with that shit in there.
So she was storing the vaginal tightening syringes in her vaginal cavity.
Yes, that was apparently not so tight because she had 7 of them in there.
She needed
so I don't know if it's
some of those
There's
syringes
a
on
reason why
herself.
she was carrying so many.
I don't know if that's a good advertising for your little pills, you know what I mean, or whatever the fucking liquid it is, you know what I'm saying?
So how does that work? Do you like inject your pussy or what's going on here?
I don't know, man. Women since dawn of time have been coming out with all kinds of shit.
It's like Botox for your pussy.
Yeah, they've been coming out with all kinds of shit that's it's kind of like men and women always overestimate what the opposite sex wants from them. So they'll come up with the dumbest fucking ideas and they'll enact on it, and then it's just all comes from like your own insecurities really at the end of the day. But like, like my biggest insecurity always was that I was shorter, right? Like, but then the more it goes, the more I understand about life. Like, my height is actually perfect. I would be the one to fucking survive a saber-tooth tiger because that motherfucker would not see me. All of you told motherfuckers would be eaten. You know what I'm saying? I'd be hiding in the bushes while that bitch attacks. And you're all the ones that are going to get it.
So you're thankful about your height for something that does not happen now or would never happen now?
Yeah, because I'm like, literally, I'm a specimen that would have survived. Like, I'm built for it. And that makes me happy. Yeah.
But nowadays, you're the opposite.
Well, nowadays it's the opposite because of delusion. Because the strongest people, like the toughest people in the world, are the shortest people out there. Like, even as a shorter guy, you can probably lift more weights quicker and faster because the amount of distance that the weight needs to travel is so much shorter. If you have shorter arms, you can actually get bigger much faster.
It's the opposite.
What do you mean?
I saw this the other day.
When it comes to shorter men, it's like that.
When it comes to muscle, specifically muscle, a guy with longer limbs
can lift more muscle
No,
eventually.
listen. A guy with longer limbs due to leverage and physics has to develop more muscle
Yeah,
to lift the same amount of
Yes.
weight as you.
I understand that, but then I would look jacked and I would look big if the jacked was my goal. I would get jacked much faster than they would. Just look wise.
It
Look
makes
wise.
sense. It adds up.
Oh, well,
It's
yeah,
right.
because you have less space to fill.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
well.
That's what I'm trying to say. And another thing is, look, arguably one of the best fighters in the world, fucking Volkanovski. 5'6".
Ding, he got head kicked. No.
He did, but he's still 5'6". Arguably one of the best fighters. Khabib and his brother, 5'9". Arguably the best fighters in the world.
Let's just say he's not too hard to kick though.
John Jones, the GOAT. How tall is he? He's like 6 something.
You may be able to hide from a tiger, but you can't hide from that fucking kick.
John Jones is how tall? He's not under 6 foot.
He's 6'2", probably 6'3". He's taller.
I almost lose $5 that day on a bet that I was gonna put on Volkanovski.
But what I'm trying to say is, tall people would not have survived. It would be only short people that would survive. So life gotten so much easier that tall people can survive now. Literally, tall people will be the first ones to die out because you can see them better.
Who are you gonna lose that money to, Biggie? Who was betting on Islam against you?
Oh, I was just gonna put it on a sports betting thing.
Oh, see, one of these days I'm gonna put like a $15 parlay, and just lose it. But it's okay.
What's that now?
I want to do one day like a $15 parlay where it's like I on UFC where I'll put $15 and I put like 5 or 6 fights, and I only will win if all of the fights go through. Every single fight.
That's you taking a chance on that.
Yeah, it was like $15, and if you win, it's like $100.
Yeah.
And it's just one. And it's just one. I put my money in one place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, see, this is what I don't like, because there's you doing your research, great,
Yeah.
but then there's still a chance that you're gonna lose the money. Why? Because of unforeseen situations. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I'm like, okay, well, do I want to risk? What's the point? Like, what's the upside of this?
Yeah, right. Like you have to look at, for example,
To
how
me,
many fights end in like injury,
yeah.
right? Like because of doctor stoppage or whatever.
Well, to me, like that risk, like just that one fighter having luck over the other fighter and like catching him with a knee or a hand or getting that injury, like that's, to me, that's like 60%. Becomes immediately, even though I know 90% that these are the stats,
Yeah.
them having that luck just lowers all the stats to 40 to me, and then
Nah,
60% luck.
Nah, it's not like that. It's not like that.
It's not. I know it's not, mathematically makes no sense,
Right.
but I don't know, man.
When's the next ADCC?
2 years, every 2 years.
Yeah, but when's the next one?
Well, we just had one, so another one in 2 years, so 2025.
2024?
Amsterdam.
Oh, is it 24? I thought they were doing it twice a year, or is it twice a year in the United States? Once every 2 years in the United States. I don't know. I thought there was once a year.
Yeah, it looks like they have a competition in Amsterdam. Amsterdam Open 2024.
Oh, that's the Open. That's the Open. That's
Those are just qualifiers?
These are the qualifiers. This is not like the finales. I think it takes 2 years to get to the finale.
Shit.
Damn, so they're just fighting for 2 years?
See, it says European and Middle East and African Championships. It's not the World Championships. These are qualifiers for the Worlds, which would be, I think it's every 2 years.
Invitationals for qualifiers.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh, interesting. Gordon Ryan.
Here, go back up.
Let's see what.
World Championship. Coming to the. Click on that.
It's the same stuff, no?
No.
T-Mobile Arena.
Oh,
So-
look at that. The ADCC 2024 World Championship. Will be in
What's the month?
August 2024.
There you go. So there you go. So that means it's every year.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah. Didn't they do it in Las Vegas as well? Last one.
Tolo,
Yeah.
Gordon. Those guys are beasts, man. Fucking Rotolo brothers are beasts.
Oh, another way. You know what's a way you can tell if the watch is factory set versus not? Apparently, you take your finger and you run on a diamonds. If it's all smooth, your finger doesn't get caught or anything, it's factory. But if you get caught, it feels like it's about to cut you or whatever, that's because it's done non-factor. And you also look at the diamonds themselves. If they're not equal and the colors are different here and there,
Yeah.
they're not equal in sizes, and usually it's the color that doesn't match. They're not factory.
You know what's the way that I saw as well that they've been saying is when you look at the way the diamonds are set, when it's factory set, they're gonna set them as symmetrical as possible.
Yeah,
And it's
perfect.
gonna look like almost like a grid.
Mm.
And in areas, yes, there because the watch has curves and stuff like that. Yes, there will be places that it looks off, but it's gonna be as close to perfect as possible.
Yeah,
And then with a lot of times, aftermarket diamonds, they're just kind of scattered
scattered
around.
everywhere. Yeah. All right, go to another article. I had a bunch of them in there. Which one is this?
Almost a third of millionaires in the U.S. now say they're part of the middle class. Even the regular rich, like doctors, lawyers, don't feel well off. Here's how they really stack up.
Nah, they talking shit, bro. What the fuck?
Well, you have to think about it. Everything arguably went up in price.
But you telling me you're making $1 million a year, you're not living comfortably?
Well, no, he didn't say you're making $1 million.
He
They
said millionaires even
mil-
feel like they're
millionaires.
not
It
safe.
They said millionaires, but it doesn't say you are making millions of dollars, right? It says you're just a millionaire. Your net worth is a millionaire, but you're not necessarily making that. You can make $200,000 and be a millionaire. Let's say you bought a house and your house is worth now $2-3 million, and you owe only $100,000.
So
You're a
the
millionaire.
stat is about 60% of investors with 1 million or more of investable assets categorize themselves as upper middle class.
Yeah, investable assets, upper middle class. Yeah, because if you think about it, $1 million in assets, that's a lot. But at the same time, let's say you live off, you get $200,000 a salary, right? And you live off of $100,000 a year. That's $100,000 you can put away. And by compounding, within 5 to 7 years, you could be at technically $1 million in investable assets. You know what I mean? So there you go. You know what I mean? Because you can comfortably live off $100,000.
But they're saying they're not comfortably living.
Well, when I say comfortably, they're probably comparing what they could afford with $100,000 versus what they can afford now.
So they're just complaining about the past, something they can't do nothing about.
Correct. They're talking about the inflation here because the inflation went up. Because we were saying the inflation was 8%. In reality, that wasn't 8%. And the way CPI was measured, for example, if you take beef, right? They said, oh, beef went up only 9% in price, right? Which is not necessarily true because they counted meat alternatives. Like steak went up only 8%. Because they're counting meat alternatives such as ground beef, they consider it as a meat alternative to the steak. And they're counting how much that went up and how much of the sales there are, and then
I think we
blah
talked
blah
about
blah.
this before,
Yeah, so the CPI is really not measuring properly what went up when, but you can tell clearly. What was this? The other day, it was about something, and I was like, yeah, this is the price for it, and they're like, no, this is the price for it. I'm like, no, it's impossible. And then I went and looked at it. It was like, oh shit, price literally went up by 50%. Since the last time I checked on the price and what it is now. And this was in the near future. It wasn't when grandma could buy the fucking Snickers for 50 cents, right? And there was this guy on Rogan that was talking about it. He goes, think about it. This entire system is a scam, right? Because as things progress, which what we're doing, so the more the things progress, the easier and faster we can make them. So thus, they should be cheaper, but they constantly go up in price. Like Coca-Cola produced Coca-Cola. It's cheaper technically it's cheaper to produce Coca-Cola now than it was then because we're more efficient at that.
Right, but it's so much more expensive to buy.
Correct. So they're saying it's like the way the system is, right? And that's why they're talking about like this is the danger that cryptocurrency faces because you can't control cryptocurrency like you can control dollar, right?
It's too volatile.
Yeah. Well, not only it's too volatile, there's only so many of it. You can't produce more of it like you can produce more dollars, right? So you can't just...
You know, they actually have the Dumont in a hand-winding movement.
They do?
Yeah.
Nice.
So they do have it in a
this one is an
movement.
older article. Miggy, don't worry about this. This was...
I mean, we're at like an hour and a half. You guys want to call it for today?
Go back up. Go back up. Go up a little more. One more. Right there. That one. Click that.
You can't. I tried it.
Oh, it doesn't go through?
No, there's nothing shows on that website.
What about the cars? I don't know. I want you to see if you can agree with this. Yeah, click on that. See if you agree on this. LA Auto Show editors pick. So they've picked these cars, right? What do you guys think? Toyota Crown Signia. This is one of the newer cars that we'll be producing.
Scroll up a little. I mean, I don't know what's up with that front end. Looks like it has no lights.
Well, is that the Toyota Signia or the one below is Toyota
I think
Signia?
it's the one below it.
Yeah, it's the
No,
one
that's
below.
a
Yeah, that's
that's
the
a
one.
Kia.
That's a
Oh,
Kia.
yeah, it
Okay, so that's the Toyota Signia right there. Kia Sorento. That's
Don't
the
they already
new
have these
SUV.
out? Right?
Well,
This is just a
click
new
click
one?
on some of the pictures. Cycle through the Toyota. Cycle through Kia.
I don't know, man. It's just a new grocery getter. What's their?
No, go inside. Cause interior, like the way it looks from outside, that's
I
cool.
don't want to load.
Yeah. What about the Toyota? No load either.
Oh, this one loaded. For a second.
Just go down. So they got that Toyota. They got that Kia.
When you go away, it stops loading, and that's what it is. When you click on the when you go to the top one and click on it and go away, it stops loading it.
No, you gotta sit and wait here. Nah, man,
I
we're not
think
doing
so.
all that. Go down. So there's another Toyota. So
New
apparently
Camry.
yeah,
So
Toyota.
that's their new front end.
It kind of looks cool. The front end.
I don't like it.
No,
Looks like a fish.
looks sleek. Like looks like you'd be cutting some air.
Looks like a fish.
Toyota.
Subaru Forester. I don't know, man. It just looks more like a fucking 1990s SUV.
I was about to say, why does it look older than the
Yeah.
one before it?
That front end is kind of gross. It feels like it's like small compared to the rest of the car.
It looks like the car's older than it was.
Yeah. That one looks kind of cool though. I'm not gonna lie. Lucid
Great.
Gravity.
Lucid.
Lucid is basically the competitor to Tesla.
How do you know that shit's gonna pull up next to me?
Have you seen the new Lucids? I've been seeing more and more of them.
No.
Yeah, the new Lucids. I've been seeing more and more of those.
Oh, these pictures actually load. Paid advertising?
Maybe.
It's not
I don't know.
It's not a bad mom car.
It's like a minivan slash SUV to me. That's
Man,
what it
all
looks
these
like.
cars nowadays just look
It's
so.
it's a family Tesla. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That's it?
That's it.
Those are the top 5, I guess,
Ah, okay.
mentions or whatever. But they did a new S2000. Did you see that? I think it was Mazda. The
The Miata.
no. The RX-7.
RX-7?
Yeah, which is gonna be
that's
RX-9 probably. That one looks cool though. I'm not gonna lie. That new Mazda RX-7.
Look up
LA Auto Show. Yeah.
RX
that-
Vision. That's what I guess what it's called.
There was a blue one. They were.
Put RX Vision instead of RX-7.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It looks sleek as hell though.
That's a fucking Mercedes.
That looks. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like a Aston Martin.
I love that they brought the pop-up headlights back.
Yeah. And those are like inconspicuous pop-up headlights. You know what I mean?
Am I wrong to say that looks like a fucking Mercedes AMG?
It
no,
does look like
no,
a
it does look like a
AMG.
Mercedes. It does look like a
It looks like an Aston Martin.
Aston
as
Martin,
well.
Maserati. It looks all of them like I think they took a page out of the.
Supra. So that's a superback, no?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know, more of a Ferrari to me.
Ferrari.
Like the body itself looks more like a Ferrari with those 2 red lights in the back.
Yeah, and the culo.
Yeah, I can see the lights.
You know.
The culo is like a Ferrari.
So I thought that one was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd
and the
seen
interior looked crazy as hell. They had a blue one out on a show. The interior looked super crazy, like it was like a chair that did not look like a chair at all. And then, did you see the new Hyundai's technology that they made for parallel parking?
No.
Apparently, tires, when you pull up to the space, tires go out like this, and it just swings you in. And they've patented that shit. And apparently, they're gonna be releasing the cars like that.
That crab walk.
Yeah, the crab walk. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a full 90-degree crab walk. Like they patented those, and on top of that, they came up with a new rims.
Wait, who was it that painted it? Was it Kia?
No. So the Kia patented that technology of the tires going like this to pull in, and they also came up with a the area where those electric engines connect onto the rotor or whatever.
Uh-huh.
They came out with a new way of doing it, which can support different engines now that are better.
Okay.
So Kia's been putting some strides in coming up with the new technologies for the electric cars.
And new ways of selling their cars. I mean, their partnership with Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
just selling cars on Amazon, that's going to be a little different for everybody.
Oh, I didn't know they're doing that.
Yeah, they're partnering up with them. They're going to be selling Kia cars.
Because they saw that whole, they saw with Tesla that the dealership model really doesn't work, because I dislike going to the dealership and haggling with them.
Yeah.
Haggling with them because, and the reason you're haggling with them is because you know someone always is getting a better price than you. But with Tesla, you know no one is getting a better price than you. You're getting the same exact price. The only time they're getting a better price if there's like a discount, factory discount we're giving you. Which I was kind of pissed. I bought the car and 2 months later they had like $7,000 in factory discounts because it was trying to push them. But there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna wait until you get a discount to buy a car, right? Like you buy a car.
That shit was funny when they were talking about like when people were buying the car and then they made it like $10,000 cheaper or whatever.
Yeah.
And people were bitching like, "Oh, give my money, give me money." And he's like, "Okay, I'll give you your money, but when I give you this money and then I make the car more expensive, $15,000, you gonna give me 15 grand?"
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It makes no sense, right? That's why Tesla makes sense. So that's why Kia's like, well, fuck it, let's just sell it on Amazon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that whole dealership experience doesn't work, man.
You think that'll phase away eventually?
Yeah, dealership is gonna phase away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, look at it. Amazon created their own checkout less stores.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to stop to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
So what says that most things are not gonna move on to that? Like especially if it works.
Do you think it's almost like that Best Buy transitioning period where you're going to be able to go to the dealership, but mostly it's just going to be to demo out the stuff because
That's
it's
it.
there.
That's it.
And
You
might
get
be able
to
still
test
buy
drive
a
it, that's
car
it.
Because it's there.
Yeah, you schedule a day, you come in, you test drive it. Like, how did you like it? Do you want to put a deposit down? Done.
Yep.
Done. Conversation is
Another
over.
tool, just another resource for.
Go on that computer over there and pick out all your colors, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Self-buy a car, basically.
Because when you're gonna come into, like, think about it. When you go in to buy a car, you kind of know what color you want, what configuration you want. You kind of know what you want, right?
Yeah.
So when you go there and the last thing is left is for you to test drive it. When you come back, I was like, all right, well, I want this color, this, and this. No problem. Where's your deposit? Here's your, all right. And you're gonna get a notification on the phone when you're gonna take delivery of it. Done. Come and pick it up.
I've thought of doing a Tesla for next car.
I think I like the Tesla better than the car I drive now on daily. I do like it better because it's fast, it's responsive, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's roomier,
cheap. In the sense where like you
gas money wise, yeah. Because I don't have to worry about putting gas. Every time now I have to worry about putting gas, bro. I'm like, God damn it, again I gotta put gas. Where Tesla, you just pick it up and you go because it's ready to go.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's been a great podcast, fellas.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, guys. Episode 97. Like, subscribe.